should Stefan Diggs be a case study for the black community? Because his situation with Cardi B and the other women he has pregnant is proving the statistics to be true. And those statistics are saying that 80% of the women only want 20% of the men, and that hypergamy is real. And whether it's money, genetics, or fame and notoriety, women are always going to go for the man that has the most of those three, or at least a high part of one of them. And Stefan Diggs fits the bill. But the fact of the matter is, this has been going on a regular street level forever. You know, there's a case in Memphis where 3 men impregnated 22 women, and those women gave birth to a collective of about 77 children, which proves again that women are sleeping with the same select group of men. And this is bad for the community. It's bad for the children. And what happens is women reject men that would make them wives, or men that ultimately end up making them baby mamas. And then they come out and make broad brush statements and say that all men are this way. And no, it's the men that you are picking that are that way. And to me, having a child with a man that does not want to be in a relationship with you, does not want to marry you, and you just want a child, to me, is the ultimate act of selfishness. And within the black community, nearly 50+% of the men have no children. 35% now are married and with the woman they have children with. So that means that the majority of single mothers, baby mamas, whichever title you want to give them, they are giving birth to children out of 15% of the men. That's right. 15% of the men are the ones walking around here that we call Chad, Pookie, Ray Ray, Stefan Diggs. And y'all are saying all men are like that. And I tell y'all all the time, there's no victory in victimhood. So this whole, oh, it's the man's fault, he didn't wear a condom. Ladies, you are the CEOs of your body. Outside of grape, no babies are born unless you say so. And there are a multitude of birth controls out there available to you. So that can't be used as an excuse. A lot of the older women are not telling the women, yo, sis, don't do what I did. Find you a good man while you're younger and grow with him. But let me ask y'all, should he be an example of what we are talking about, where all the women are sleeping with a select group of men, and that is the root cause of why baby mama culture is existing?
Ooh-wee. Let's dive in, shall we? First of all, welcome, chatters. Today's episode stems from constant murmur we hear across our community. And that murmur is, what's happening to us? Why do our dating lives, our marriages, our parenting, our very sense of unity as black people feel like they're in constant crisis mode? That first video brought up some serious heat. The Stefan Diggs situation, Cardi B, and the broader 80-20 rule that everyone talks about. 80% of women chasing the same 20% of men isn't just a theory anymore. It's showing up in real-world scenarios, every level of society. The consequences? A generational breakdown. Women bypass men who would be great husbands and fathers for men who either won't commit or worse, leave them raising children alone. Then, these same women go on to say all men are trash, when it's actually a reflection of a specific 15% they keep choosing. This isn't a small issue. It's a cultural epidemic.
Yeah, look at all these men. They don't have the women that'll shave with BBL asses.
They got the women that's gonna float they boat.
No, it ain't gonna float they boat. It's less stressful.
No, what you mean?
I just told you why it's
It
less
ain't
stressful.
that stressful. If you can handle a baddie, then you got a baddie.
Why do you think that a man wants to handle a baddie?
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Hey, hold up. I've been out here all day. I've been working on this. I've been working on that. I've been dealing with this stress. I've been dealing with all this other shit. And you telling me when I come home,
and that's why you want to come home to
talking.
so fine.
Now, no. When I come home, I gotta handle you. I don't want to handle you when I come home. I want to have a soft, feminine woman at home. I don't have to handle. No, you always have to handle a bad bitch. Like you said, you can't handle me.
If you can't handle one, don't get one.
Don't no man want to have to handle no woman. You sure you know how to handle yourself so I don't have to. That's the problem. You want a man to handle you whenever you're a woman, you're supposed to already know how to handle yourself. If I'm already dealing with this shit in the streets, if I'm dealing with this shit at work, I'm dealing with my coworkers getting on my nerves, I'm working on the car. Then I come home and I gotta deal with handling you. I don't want to handle it.
So you want a yes woman, right?
No, I don't want to handle it.
Because I need something.
I never heard a man say she agrees with me too much.
Yeah, that's most men they want somebody just to agree with them. I want somebody that can pick up where I'm left off. Somebody that can push me in a different direction, see things differently. Some people just okay with a yes woman. The yes women, that's the ones that got the basic. That's the basic lane. Somebody that's gonna let you go with whatever. But a 10, they gonna speak their damn mind because they know they can go anywhere.
And go get some more dick. That's all the fuck they gonna do.
You want some more pussy, right?
Oh, my thing is you not me. I'm a man. You can't do what I do in this world.
But it's a different era now. Women can hold their own.
Different era what? You still can't fuck as
Women can hold their
I don't care if it's a different era or not. You still can't fuck like I can fuck and still not feel it the way I can feel it. That's why we got female prostitutes on the corner and not males. You wanna know why? Because females ain't pulling up on the corner just to pick up no random male.
Let me tell you, you can be with your man.
No, stop talking. Just like I just said, you ain't gonna see no male prostitutes on the corner. You wanna know why?
Husbands pay for it too, okay? It's the same way.
Men pay for it. When was that time you paid for some dick? Oh, okay, my point. Men do it every single day. Men do it.
I'm the prize.
What makes you the prize?
I'm the prize.
Let me hear it.
Because I bring a lot to the table.
Let me hear it.
I bring a lot to the table.
Let me hear it.
I'm telling you, I'm the prize.
We gotta hear it.
Enough said, I'm the prize. Just know that.
Okay.
I'm the prize. Right now.
She
I'm the prize, and I'm gonna always be the prize.
Right
Look at me like I'm the prize. Okay?
Look, as she walk off, y'all look, it's a prize.
It's the prize.
Now listen, I've got to ask this, and not to be funny. Does this sister in that clip really know the difference between being a prize and being a product? Because there's a difference. When people start using phrases like handle me in relationships, we're already off on the wrong foot. Why should relationships require handling? Since when is being difficult a badge of honor? This attitude comes from a deep, dangerous place. An ego that's been inflated by pop culture, reinforced by social media, and hardened by, you guessed it, trauma. Real relationships, lasting relationships, don't require handling. They require accountability, compromise, self-awareness. But when that's replaced with entitlement and competitive energy, what you get is constant friction and eventually fracture.
Unpopular opinion, expecting that man to lead and you not gonna listen is crazy work. A lot of women, not all, are actually not good listeners. They listen to respond and react and not to understand, but they expect for their partner to communicate with them. But they don't practice an empathetic style of listening. That's whenever they actually focus on what that other person is saying and how they're feeling in their perspective, and you try to respect that and come to some kind of common ground and understanding. Most of your women are defensive listeners. What that means is they're actually looking for trigger words that you're saying whenever you're speaking that they're going to use to win this argument. They're looking for something that you're saying wrong that they can use against you a little bit later. They are very defensive, and so they go into a defense mode while you're speaking. They're not listening to you, baby. They ain't heard shit you said. But the good thing about all of this is you can actually learn to listen. Listening is a skill that you can practice every day. And if you're not the best listener, that's okay. You can let your partner know, I'm working on this, if you're actually working on it and trying. Those are the kind of women that will stay around a lot longer than those that don't listen at all.
Let's give a shout out to that lady in the third video, because she was spitting facts. She's absolutely right. Many people say they want to be led, but don't know how to follow or even listen. And I get it. I've been in situations where I felt like I wasn't being heard, just like she described. It's like talking to a wall that's waiting to argue back. This culture seems to have encouraged a lot of girls and women to live in their masculine, competitive energy so intensely that many never switch it off, not even in romantic spaces. So when they do meet a leader, it's not respect they offer, it's resistance. That's not partnership, that's sparring.
I'm just getting home from a happy hour in the West Loop, And every single black man we saw tonight, we saw like 10 plus men. Every single last one of them was with a non-black woman, like every single one. And I wasn't gonna bring it up until we got to the second bar, and my friend who I'm with, black man from Atlanta, he was like, what is going on? Like, where are we? And I was like, we're in the West, we're in Chicago. And I'm not even gonna hold you. It's been a bit jarring seeing this, especially after I have been traveling as extensively as I have, like been living in Hawaii for half the year, traveled throughout Africa, have lived throughout Latin America. And you see like black women being like celebrated and with other black men, whatever, in other countries. But it always blows my mind, like coming back to Chicago and not seeing that like often. And obviously I know this is not all black men in Chicago, especially because I don't live here anymore. I'm staying with family out on the South Side because I'm traveling like 90% of the year. So I didn't sign a lease. So down here, like I see black men and black women couplings. I get black men who approach me here, but I used to live in Gold Coast and River North for like my 4+ years in Chicago. Never really saw that up north. And it was a bit shocking to like be back in that environment and just seeing the complete opposite at such a high scale too. Like it was really weird to go out and the only couplings I saw with black people were black men with white women. All the black women were literally out with the girls by themselves and baddies, like straight tens. And I was just like, I feel like I'm back in Oklahoma. But I don't know, tonight it just felt really weird. Like I've grown up in environments, like Oklahoma is very much weird down there. Like the black men down there, most of them are not checking for black women. But to be in Chicago, I thought it would be different. And when I first moved here, like you would see it, but not as often. But like who you like, whatever, not trying to cause that discourse, but tonight the vibes are just kind of weird too. Like there was a couple that was seated at our little cocktail table because there was no seating. And even the guy, he just was like looking at me all crazy. And I was like, I don't care. Like, please stop looking at me. Like, I love that you don't like black women. I love that for you. But it's like the stares you get as well. Like, I don't know. Again,
I'll admit, I was a little surprised hearing that report from that sister in Chicago. But then again, not really. When you look at the breakdowns, the distrust, the combativeness, who would want to voluntarily walk into a battlefield when they're just trying to find love? That's not to excuse any man who disrespects his own culture or roots if we insist on making that a thing. But we also have to admit, people go where they feel safe, where they feel seen, and where they feel peace. And peace is in short supply when there's constant judgment, condescending tones, bitterness, and disrespect.
Say y'all want a village to help raise y'all's children, bring back the village. Y'all are the reason why the village is gone. When they were here to help you with those children, you took advantage of them by not picking them up on time. You didn't send no clothes, no diapers, no nothing. And they had to come out of pocket, and then you acted ungrateful because why you put him in these Walmart clothes? When the grandmamas who got 30, 40, 50 years of parenting experience over you tried to tell you, hey, maybe you shouldn't let little John do this. You don't tell me what to do with my kids. And don't get me started on the stepdads, baby. Y'all have ran these men ragged. There are so many men out there that are more than willing to step in and step up where your weak baby daddy didn't. And the moment they get ready to redirect your children or add order to the house and you don't like it, these ain't your kids anyway. I'll raise my kids. That's why they don't want to be stepdaddies no more. There's absolutely no appreciation.
Ooh-wee. This one stung a little bit because it hit close to home. My parents, my aunts and uncles, even my grandparents, they always talk about how back in the day, the black community was like a living, breathing village. Everyone helped raise the kids. Everyone looked out for one another. But that's all gone now. And why? Because the very people who needed the village didn't respect it. Instead, they took advantage of it. They pushed away the elders. They dismissed the advice. They punished stepdads trying to step in. Now the village is dead. And we act like it's a mystery. I really don't know if we can get that back. Maybe a few of us can. But it feels like most people are racing toward a cliff with their eyes wide shut.
Just the other day, I recently had a client, a female client. She asked me, Miss Anita, men, they're not enthralled with women anymore. They don't approach in public. They don't chase women. They're not obsessed with women. They don't see our magic. Why do you think that is? And I responded, because we don't see our own magic. We spend so much time adorning the outside of ourselves that we have lost our ability to have inner magnetism, inner femininity, inner feminine power. Feminine power is not performative. It's not something that you have to put on. So between all of the BBL surgeries and the weaves and the wigs and the makeup and the lip filler, like you all think that is what femininity is. It is something deep down inside of you that every woman, I believe, possesses, but they never really activate, especially now in this modern day world. It is your intuition. It is your ability to nurture things like your babies and your plants and your pets. It is your softness. It is your knowing. And that is actually why men, they don't see that in women anymore. They see, really, if I'm being honest, they see themselves. You all have become a mirror to a man, and not in a good way.
And finally, that therapist in the last video, yeah, she laid it bare. It's actually a little sad, because I never imagined I'd live in a time where women would notice that men no longer chase them, and then ask, why? But when you look at the history, it all makes sense. First, we were told we were toxic for wanting to lead. Then, we were shamed for wanting to protect and provide. Then, Me Too came, and many men were allegedly falsely accused. So multiple men pulled back into corners of peace. Then, women insulted them for not chasing anymore. Now men are invisible. And only now do some women wonder what happened. It's not that we stopped loving. We just stopped fighting a losing war. I truly hope that we all, men and women, find our way back to each other. But it starts with truth and humility and, of course, with God. So chatters, what did we learn today? That chaos isn't accidental. It's engineered. That healing doesn't come from denial. It comes from dialogue. And that if we want to fix us, we have to first confront the truth that hurts. Because only then can we find the truth that heals. But let me close today's episode with a little hope. Let's roll that final clip of the two princesses calling for dignity and in how we present ourselves. That's the kind of pride that restores the village. Until next time, stay sharp, stay honest, and keep chatting.
And if you really can't take it, become a hermit.